All right, let's talk. I want to have a very open and very honest conversation with you today, because there's a pattern I see happening over and over again. It's a silent frustration that I watch so many wonderful, well-meaning men go through, and it's time to bring the truth to light. The truth is, most men waste an incredible amount of their valuable time, their mental energy, and their emotional well-being pursuing women who were never genuinely interested in them from the very beginning. I'm talking about weeks, sometimes even months, spent in a state of confusion and wishful thinking. You find yourself analyzing every short text message. You replay brief conversations in your mind, searching for a hidden meaning or a secret clue in her polite, but distant, replies. You see the cold signals, you notice the delayed responses and the cancelled plans. And you make excuses for her. You tell yourself a story. And from a woman's perspective, I can tell you, I know exactly what that story sounds like. She must be really busy with her career. Maybe she's just a little shy. She needs more time to warm up. She probably just got out of a bad relationship, so she's being cautious. It's a common trap. You tell yourself these comforting stories because facing the reality feels too direct, too harsh. But here is the reality, the fundamental truth that I want you to hear from me. When a woman isn't interested in you, she isn't trying to hide it. She is showing you. Her actions are making it perfectly clear, day after day. The problem is almost never mixed signals. The problem is that most men are conditioned to ignore the clear signals that are right in front of them. You've been taught by movies and stories that persistence is romantic. That if you just try a little harder, send one more text, or plan one more grand gesture, you'll somehow change her feelings. But let me tell you what really happens. That kind of persistence doesn't create attraction, it erodes respect. It shows her that you don't value your own time, and more importantly, that you don't respect the clear, non-verbal boundaries she is setting. You have to understand this core principle. It will save you so much heartache. Women do not hide disinterest, they reveal it. And today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and give you the insider's guide to the 8 undeniable signs she is revealing it to you. So you can finally stop guessing, reclaim your time, and get your power back. Let's begin. All right, let's begin with sign number 1. This is often the front line of modern dating, the very first place the truth begins to surface. She delays or completely ignores your messages. Now, I want you to really think about the feeling this creates. It's that low-level anxiety that hums in the background of your day. You craft a thoughtful, engaging text message. Maybe you ask about her day, reference a joke you shared, or suggest something interesting. You hit send, feeling hopeful. And then nothing. Hours go by. You see your message sitting there on read. You might even see that she's been active online, posting a story, liking a friend's photo. When a reply finally does come, it's a single word, a conversation killer. You send a paragraph filled with energy and interest, and you get back a lol. You ask an open-ended question, and you get back a yeah. It feels like you are pouring water into a bucket full of holes, and you're the only one trying to fill it. The immediate temptation, the story you tell yourself to soften the blow, is to make excuses for her. You think, she's just incredibly busy with work, she's probably exhausted. Or, she told me she's not a big texter. This is just how she is. You might even fall into the trap of thinking it's a game, that she's just playing hard to get, trying to test your persistence. But I need to be very direct with you here. In almost every case, these are just comforting lies we tell ourselves to avoid a simple, but painful truth. Let me give you the perspective from the other side. When a woman is genuinely interested and excited about a man, her phone becomes her best friend. A text from him isn't an interruption to her busy day, it's a welcome highlight. Responding isn't a chore, it's fun, it's exciting. It's a little hit of dopamine. She won't risk letting the momentum die. She won't risk you thinking she's not interested. She will reply, and not just with the bare minimum, but with engagement. She'll ask questions back. She'll add to the conversation. So when you are consistently met with delays, silence, and one-word answers, You are not getting a signal of a busy woman. You are getting a signal of a disinterested one. That silence isn't a puzzle you need to solve. The silence is the answer. And the more you text into that void, the more you teach her that your attention requires absolutely no effort on her part to receive. This brings us to our second sign, the logical next step after communication starts to fail. It's when you try to move the connection from digital to the real world. Sign number 2. She always has an excuse not to see you. This is the point where her schedule, which seemed normal before, suddenly transforms into the most complicated, demanding, and inflexible calendar in human history. You suggest a simple, low-pressure plan like grabbing coffee or a drink after work, and the wall of excuses goes up. Oh, this week is just crazy at work. The next week, I have some family stuff I have to deal with. The week after that, she's just trying to have a chill weekend and recharge. The excuses sound plausible on their own, but when they become a consistent pattern, they are no longer reasons. They are a strategy of avoidance. But among all those excuses, there is one critical, crucial detail that most men overlook, and it's the most important thing you need to look for. She never offers an alternative plan. This is the ultimate litmus test that separates genuine unavailability from polite rejection. Let me tell you exactly what a woman who is interested but actually busy sounds like. She'll say something like this. Oh, I would absolutely love to, but I'm swamped this Thursday. I am totally free next Tuesday night, though. Would that work for you by any chance? Do you see the profound difference? One response is a closed door. The other is a clear invitation to find another door that's open. An interested woman will not risk the connection fizzling out because of a scheduling conflict. She will work with you to make it happen. If all you are getting are closed doors, over and over again, you have to stop telling yourself you just need to find the right key. You need to realize she's not interested in opening the door for you. The question you have to ask yourself isn't, is she busy? It's, is she making herself busy? Specifically for me, when you see her posting photos of her weekend out with friends, after telling you she needed to recharge, you have your answer. Effort is the currency of interest. And if she's not willing to invest even 1 hour of her time, she's telling you exactly how much she values the connection. Let's say you finally manage to get past the excuses, and you find yourself sitting across from her. This is where the third sign often becomes painfully obvious. The conversation feels completely forced and one-sided. I want you to think about the feeling of this interaction. It's that constant, low-grade pressure on you to perform. You feel like you're on a stage, and you're the only one with a script. You're the host of the show, the interviewer, and the main entertainer, all rolled into one. You ask thoughtful, open-ended questions, hoping to spark a real discussion, and you get back short, polite, but empty answers. The silence that follows is deafening, and you feel a desperate need to fill it with another question, another story, another joke. You leave the interaction feeling exhausted, not energized, as if you've just completed a difficult task rather than enjoyed a genuine connection. This is what I call the entertainer trap, and so many good men fall right into it. You start to believe the problem is you. You think, I'm not being funny enough. My stories aren't interesting enough. If I could just be more clever, more charming, then she would open up and engage. But I need you to hear this and truly understand it. You cannot perform your way into genuine attraction. It works the exact opposite way. Genuine attraction comes first, and then everything you say becomes more interesting to her. A woman who is truly attracted to you is naturally curious about you. That curiosity is the fuel for a real conversation. She will want to know about your day, your passions, your weird sense of humor. She will ask you questions in return. The fact that she isn't asking you anything about yourself is not a sign of shyness. It is a profound lack of curiosity. And that lack of curiosity stems directly from a lack of attraction. So stop trying to be the most interesting man in the room. Instead, pay attention to whether she is interested in you at all. If the conversation feels like a two-way street that you're traveling on alone, it's time to find a new road. And sign number 4. This is a crucial one because it's not just about communication, it's about context, space, and unspoken boundaries. She actively avoids being alone with you. This is a subtle but incredibly powerful signal. It's a pattern of behavior designed to keep the interaction firmly in the public, social, and platonic sphere at all times. Think about how this plays out. You suggest a one-on-one dinner, and she immediately counters with, "That sounds fun. A few of my friends were talking about going to that place too. Let's make it a group thing." Or you're texting about plans, and just when you're about to lock something down, she says, "Hey, my friend Sarah is having a party on Saturday. You should just come to that instead." She is consistently redirecting your attempts at a private connection into a public, group setting. She is surrounding herself with a buffer. From a woman's perspective, the reason for this is very clear. One-on-one time creates a bubble. It's a space where a deeper, more personal connection can be built. It's the environment where intimacy, whether emotional or physical, has a chance to grow. By constantly inviting other people into that space, or by refusing to enter it with you in the first place, she is deliberately and systematically bursting that bubble before it can even form. It's a preemptive strike against the possibility of the relationship escalating into something romantic. She is managing the situation to ensure it never crosses that line. The great mistake men make here is misinterpreting this as a positive sign. You might think, "This is great. She wants me to meet her friends. She must really like me." And while meeting friends is a wonderful step later in a developing relationship, if it's happening instead of any initial one-on-one time, it's serving a very different purpose. It's a defense mechanism. She may like you as a person, she may enjoy your company, but she is using her friends as a shield to block the possibility of romance. She is, without saying a word, telling you that she sees you as a friend, someone she is happy to have in her social circle, but not someone she wants to be alone with. This is one of the clearest ways a woman can place you in the friend zone, and respecting that unspoken boundary is the first step to preserving your own dignity. Let's move on to sign number 5, and this one is critical because it bypasses words entirely. It's the truth that is spoken when nothing is being said. Her body language closes you out. Think of it this way: words can be carefully chosen to be polite. Words can be used to soften a rejection or to avoid an uncomfortable conversation. But the body has a much harder time lying. It is a subconscious reflection of our true feelings. And when a woman is not interested, her body will create distance and build walls, even while her mouth is smiling. Look for the signs. It's not just about her crossing her arms. It's about her clutching her purse to her chest like a shield. It's about her angling her torso and her feet towards the nearest exit, not towards you, as if her body is already planning its escape. Watch her eyes. Do they hold your gaze, or are they constantly scanning the room, looking for a distraction, a friend, anyone to break the tension of the one-on-one connection? When you lean in to share a story, does she lean in with you, or do you notice a subtle, almost imperceptible shift of her weight backwards, creating more space between you? This is the silent language of disinterest. Now, the story you might tell yourself is that she's just shy or reserved. But let me give you the insider's perspective on this. A shy woman who is interested looks very different from a woman who is disinterested. A shy woman might be nervous, her eye contact might be fleeting, but it will keep coming back to you. She might be hesitant, but her body's energy will still be oriented towards you, not away. There's a warmth there, even if it's nervous. What you're seeing, however, is not the nervous energy of attraction. It is the closed-off, defensive posture of avoidance. You have to understand that this isn't a challenge. Her closed-off body language is not a wall that she is secretly hoping you'll have the courage to break down. It is a clear, non-verbal boundary. And the most attractive, high-value thing you can do is to have the social intelligence to see it, respect it, and gracefully match her distance. Don't try to force a connection that her body is already rejecting. This brings us to sign number 6. This one can be one of the most direct and painful signs to witness, But it is also one of the most honest. She gives her best, most flirtatious energy to other men, right in front of you. I want you to imagine that we all walk around with a kind of emotional spotlight. It's our best energy, our brightest smile, our most engaged laughter, and our undivided attention. When we are interested in someone, we shine that spotlight directly on them. When a woman is not interested in you, you will often find yourself sitting in the dim, ambient, polite light, while she points the full force of her spotlight onto someone else. You'll be in a group setting, and you'll notice it. You'll try to tell a joke, and she'll give you a polite smile. Another guy will say something, and she'll throw her head back with a genuine, heartfelt laugh. You'll see her touch his arm. You'll see her lean in, hanging on his every word, her eyes lit up with an energy that she has never once shown you. The immediate, instinctual reaction for a lot of men is to enter competition mode. You think, okay, I need to be funnier. I need to tell a better story. I need to command the attention of the group to win her back. But this is a fatal misunderstanding of the situation. You are trying to win a game that you were never even invited to play. She isn't setting up a competition for your benefit. She is simply revealing where her interest already lies. By trying to compete, you immediately lower your own value. You shift from being a potential partner to being a performer who is auditioning for her approval. And this dynamic is never attractive. And please do not fall for the myth that she is just trying to make you jealous. While immature games do exist, a high-quality woman who is genuinely interested in you will be afraid of making you feel second best. She won't risk making you feel ignored or devalued. The most powerful and self-respecting thing you can do in this situation is not to compete for the spotlight. It's to recognize that the show isn't for you and quietly walk out of the theater. All right, sign number 7. This is the sign that separates the men she is interested in from the men she finds useful. She only reaches out to you when she needs something. Take a moment and honestly review the history of your communication. Does it follow a specific pattern? The pattern looks like this: long periods of complete silence from her, where you might not hear from her for days or even weeks. And then suddenly, out of the blue, your phone buzzes with her name. But the message is never just, "Hey, thinking of you. How have you been?" No, the message always comes with a request. She needs help with something practical. Her car broke down. She's moving and needs an extra hand. Or she needs you to look over her resume. Or she needs something emotional. This is the big one. She calls you late at night because she had a fight with the guy she's actually interested in, and she knows you'll be a sympathetic ear. She reaches out for validation when she's feeling down because she knows you will reliably provide it. In those moments, a wave of hope can rush in. You think, this is it. She's relying on me, she trusts me. This is my chance to show her I'm the dependable guy she should be with. But you are mistaking her recognition of your utility for the beginning of a romance. You are not building attraction, you are simply proving yourself to be an excellent resource. You have become her emotional support hotline, her on-call handyman, her free consultant. A genuine connection is a two-way street, a mutual exchange of energy. A woman who is into you doesn't just withdraw value, she wants to add it. She'll be curious about your life, your struggles, your victories. She'll send you a message just to share a song she thought you'd like. Her communication won't feel transactional. So ask yourself the hard question. Are you her romantic interest, or are you her insurance policy? If the only time you hear from her is when she has a crisis or a claim to make, then you have your answer. Stop confusing her convenience with genuine connection. And finally, we arrive at sign number 8. This is the long-term indicator. It's about trajectory, momentum, and where this is all going, which is usually nowhere. She never ever talks about or commits to a future with you. Now, it is crucial to understand what I mean by the future. I am not talking about marriage, meeting her parents, or planning a vacation 6 months from now. I am talking about the simple, casual, near future. The future that exists beyond this exact moment. It is the space where potential connections are built. A woman who isn't interested will keep you firmly and permanently locked in the now, with no bridges to the future. Her language will be filled with avoidance and non-commitment. It's the language of maybe, we'll see, and the classic, I'll let you know. Here's how to spot it. You mention a cool new movie that's coming out next month. An interested woman, someone who wants to build a bridge, will say something like, "Oh, that looks amazing! We should definitely go see it when it comes out." She has just created a small, shared event in your collective future. But a disinterested woman will shut it down politely. She'll say, "Oh, cool," and then immediately change the subject. Or she'll give you the vague stall, "Yeah, maybe. I'll have to see what my schedule looks like closer to the time." She is deliberately keeping her future free of you. From a woman's perspective, when she is genuinely excited about you, it feels good to imagine doing things with you. Making a casual plan for next week isn't pressure, it's a source of happy anticipation. It's something to look forward to. If she is actively avoiding creating any of these small moments of future anticipation with you, it's because the anticipation simply isn't there for her. She is keeping her options open, and she is ensuring you are not one of them. The core principle is disinterest invests, disinterest avoids. If she is unwilling to invest even a hypothetical plan in your future, it's because she doesn't see you as a valuable part of it. And that is not her taking things slow. That is her quietly showing you the door. So, there you have it. The silence in her texts and the endless excuses in her schedule. The one-sided conversations and the unmistakable walls in her body language. The way she gives her best energy to others, only reaches out when she needs a favor, and keeps you completely locked out of her future. Each one of these is a clear sign, and when you see them together it becomes an undeniable pattern. Now, I know the temptation is to call these mixed signals. To take the one polite smile she gave you and weigh it against the 20 text messages she ignored. But I am here to tell you, with absolute certainty, that this is the biggest lie men tell themselves to stay in a game they are losing. These are not mixed signals. They are painfully clear signals of disinterest, wrapped in a thin, socially acceptable layer of politeness. The only thing that is mixed is your own hope getting tangled up with the clear reality she is showing you every single day. The biggest mistake you can make is not failing to win her over. The biggest mistake is ignoring this mountain of evidence. It's choosing to devalue your own time, your own energy, and your own peace of mind, all for the slim hope of changing a situation that was never going to change. True strength is not measured by how long you can hold on to someone who doesn't want you. It's measured by your ability to see the truth and by the self-respect you have to walk away. Because genuine interest, the kind of connection you actually want and deserve, is never a mystery you have to solve. It's not a puzzle you have to decode. It's clear. It's mutual. It's freely given. So stop accepting breadcrumbs of attention and pretending it's a meal. Acknowledge the signs, trust what they are telling you, and choose to invest your valuable energy where it will be returned. That is the ultimate sign of a man who knows his own worth.